Now it's like the end goal for me doesn't even matter. It's like, guys, we gotta lock in. We've got to even get over the first hurdle.
Yeah, let's see. And the issue being the first hurdle's relatively high for Vitality. Those pistol rounds have not been their friend in the last couple of series. Yes, we've seen some marked improvement, but it still doesn't sit well overall. So coming into this, Vitality on the defending side, and of course Pacific on the attack. Now, as said, it has been a slow and steady increase for Pacific. I know a lot of the narrative has been mostly around Vitality in this head-to-head, but they deserve some credit. But I guess it now does come down to the results themselves. Durka getting proactive, taking space and taking names. Flanked down from C, in a bit of a spot of bother. Looking for some help here. CNED read it well enough, but it's a crunch from Pacific to deal with those players pressuring the back lines.
Did really well, actually, to get right behind that play from Vitality here. Going to try and maybe tap on, bait out some of this util. The Snakebite's going to stall things out here, but Valorant has dropped Yampi.
Clean for Profek, but not clean enough to be able to get a second. It's pretty much on Sayonara, and he's gone. Lovely start, and the same woes reappear for Vitality. If you're looking for silver linings, Durka getting actives, always good, but the bailout through Garage just didn't quite land.
Especially, I don't even know who it was with Ninja here in the back lines. To shut this down very, very quickly, as you can see here, the kill comes through with actually Valorant. Again, at this point, there's just not enough for Vitality to really pin their hopes to and turning this one around. So it will be another pistol passing them by.
And the thing is as well, if you're Pacific again with little to lose and a lot less pressure in that regard, and every round you win just feels even better, right? It's got that almost compounding factor to it. And then for Vitality, it's got to weigh even heavier. It feels like they've left Durka a lot off the leash here. They're just letting him play, let him take space, get proactive. Now, this is obviously in a throwaway round. For Pacific, I want to see them keep those T's crossed, I's dotted, and they are, but Durka's still pretty good, even with just a classic. I don't know if he makes it out. He doesn't. Gets caught by Cupid, so going to try and keep it in check. And Profek, also noted here, should be ringing the alarm bells.
Cycling this rifle across, though, able to police it very well. Leave a scope on the ground, potentially for Profek to pick up. And you see Vitality now, look at it. If they want to pressure towards the back lines once more, we'll get an upgrade of sorts. Sayonara to pick that up.
7. Already waiting for this, though. Good positioning for it. Shouldn't overextend, keep it clean. Does take a little bit of damage, though, and sticks around for seconds. Surprised he didn't try and back away, maybe just tucked himself into the corner, felt the best option was to fight forward, and that's a shot. Now you're starting to get a little concerned. If you're on the Pacific side, Cupid's got to kick into action.
Another upgrade as well.
Can Profek help any of this out? There is still an issue towards Hell, and you're right, upgrade is in hand. That's for Kron. There's Cupid waiting. Nice angle. Patience displayed there as well in case there was a follow-up. Now indicative of the player through sewer. Overwhelmed, though. Profek's done wonderfully, and Valorant has got... Well, he got paranoid, but it didn't make much of a difference until then. Flipping round 2. Vitality turning odds against themselves.
Again, you can't really fault Pacific as well. On the back of this pressure, they immediately pivot in towards A. They're able to at least pressure in here. Vitality able to, well, Sayonara, basically. Able to capitalize on this initial upgrade. Doubling down, finding CNED with a headshot. Again, awkward engagement here for Cupid to lose. And actually, Valorant, it's only a pistol in hand. At that point, yeah, you can find the first, but Chronicle, as we said, able to pick up the upgrade all the way towards sewer. A chance here for Vitality to at least string together a second. You can see some upgraded pistols on the side of Pacific, but
anchor set.
I'll hold that thought for a moment. I'm almost more critical of rounds like this early on, but Durka opening up with a collapse. Spike noted here, other 3 members of Pacific here outside B.
Yeah, this is good. And he's actually furthering this forward. It feels like he's been encouraged here, if not told. Take space, make calls for it, work with Yampi, work with whoever is near you, try and get a little bit unorthodox in this. And maybe remind people who you bloody well are. This has been a real low point, but you've got to be careful. There's a fine line of this, right? Because you know you're going to be up against a lighter purchase. Pacific only have those sheriffs. They have that Bucky. You don't want to give them a window of opportunity, which you've just exploited as well in round 2.
At least be able to recover the spike here, but again, still a massive disadvantage. Durka will find number 3 and 4 onto 7. Chance to farm up here. CNED last on the chopping block to be found. Durka's already done the hard work, does already have ultimate available very early on. Will find an ace, and again, a crucial round here in terms of regaining some of that confidence in themselves. And you're right, yeah, Durka looks like he's definitely been allowed to flex his muscles just a little bit And that's why these early rounds are so crucial for Vitality to reset on the stage. Themselves back in a position of feeling as if they are in charge.
Something sniping on Neon.
What the hell? Yeah, something about sniping on Neon.
Maybe that's what we've been trying to tell him for the last few weeks.
Yeah. Now, again, good to see with Durka. Again, a talented player, Mr. 4K before statistically, now made it up to a 5, so another ace to add to the tally. But for Pacific, a buy back in hand. You're looking at ults, no mad progress here, sadly. It's Cupid who's got his in hand. Ninja looking to try and maybe get something building for themselves. But beyond that, Durka's not really stopping. He's found a pressure point and he wants to apply it some further. Pushing up, down, A-long. This time, it looks like I think Profek was sticking around.
They've been walked on basically 3 rounds in a row now. The pistol, again, they didn't win, but already set the tone here that they're going to try and get in their faces. Pacific, you can see, using a very shallow drone here on the back of Ninja.
Feel like you have to,
yeah,
right?
Again, because there's no presence towards lobby for them early on. Durka has already taken that space up past sandbags.
Okay, so how does Pacific want to unravel this conundrum? Couple of audio cues for Durka to stay interested. A little bit of util noted, but not much intention behind it. So no rotations particularly in play. TV there from Cupid could just add a little bit of fear into the Vitality side. Now it's Chronicle receiving the next layer of pressure. That could be the commitment though, and he is fully in control of the first. Finding CNED on the slide, but Pacific trading well. C site open, plan, okay, luckily should be safe now with 7 making it through.
Durka's here very early on. No, might have a chance, Cupid. Sharp to it though. We'll find the kill. Profek, I think, just caught a glimpse, and Valorant will find the headshots of Pacific to tie things up 2 apiece. Yeah, chance here with Chronicle finding the first on the slide, like you said, but traded out so quickly.
Good spacing there. Yeah. Couldn't reset in time. Nice work. And those are the ones that aren't particularly flashy, but good stuff from 7, just to be aware of that, to fill that void.
Actually, Sayonara dropped here by the snake bite.
Nice! Pick me, Durka, hey!
I love it every week. Cupid's like, do you know who you're peeking?
He's up
I
for
prefer it when he does say that from the bottom of the scoreboard, though, because it makes it almost even worse.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, something Neon Sniper. Durka's got the operator
That's
out.
the MO.
There it is. Okay, they found something they want to work with here, in an adjusted position starting on the C site. For Pacific, they've got to just get the lay of the land, right? It's go through the protocol list, has someone pushed up, where's that aggression coming from?
I'm conscious here that Durka's made similar progress towards A-long. This time around, it is just Yampi alongside Profek to hold down the A site as a 5-strong Pacific make their way through lobby here.
Big info. That's at least 2 noted. I'm not seeing masses of rotation, though. Maybe Durka's starting to head that way. But again, I guess they burnt the owl drone. They've gone through a bit of the utilities, so they still feel they can hold towards site. Durka's just slowly clearing B in the meantime. We do see a bit of a 3-2 split as well. CNED showing a little bit of leg. There's Durka waiting. Whoa. That's a lovely little shot. And that does kind of scupper the plans that they could have had to maybe pressure that B point at the same time.
Yeah, the dart will go out here. 7. Going to go straight forwards, but still shut down by Profek. On this off angle here towards short, but on the drive by Cupid able to find that trade.
Here we go.
All right, Durka, let's keep going. Alarante's had none of it. Belter of a shot, but a good trade. 2v2 now on the site. Plant yet to go down. Been stalled out, Cupid. Trying to get a little bit of comfort on his side with the time ticking correctly.
Now Sayonara, though. It's going to be the next problem for Pacific to deal with. Cupid on a fake TP out. Just a glance towards spawn here, but has to win this 1v1. He's isolated on this angle.
They're not giving away the game yet. Sayonara still worried. That close right side, but he's cleared it very proficiently. Ninja forced away, but a fade-away shot keeps it down to a 1v1. But again, that 5B utility just going to keep a little bit of paranoia. Ninja, what does he do with this one? 6 bullets! He's got it! Pacific coming out on top with a Red Bull clutch. And Vitality kept in check.
Really well played by Ninja. Again, the presence of mind just to sit back and allow this situation to develop. Besting
A double swing
in that situation, being Chronicle, but Alorante being ahead of this stun. Beautiful kill onto Durka, who ultimately is in a position to completely regain control of the site. Be an early timeout called here.
God, that was such a swing fight, though. That lovely double swing just coming out, clear it.
If we don't see that week-on-week improvement, which for Vitality, I think they've gone backwards massively
On occasion,
versus some of
yeah.
their closer
Yeah.
series in well, in the opening 3 weeks at least. That's where it becomes a little harder to probably diagnose from our perspective, at least.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is, though, you can note the kind of hodgepodge purchase is just Chronicle, really, with that rifle, and then just odds and ends around it. A little bit of armor, too, but he's willing to take a couple of gambles here. Might even catch if someone drifts back.
Yeah, you can post up here.
Yeah, he's pretty happy on this. But in my mind, I'm actually quite glad that Vitality are at least being transparent in their conversations. The amount of times it's just, I've just got to play our own game. Again, it was making something happen in a very individual aspect. I thought there might be a little bit more of a play-in from someone potentially, try and maybe work around it a bit more.
That is a rifle, yeah.
Yeah, that was the kind of, not to say win con completely of the round, but a large one. And now with the note of the additional bodies here, Pacific have already figured this out. They're in a really good spot. These casual, calm defaults have done wonders. A little bit of progress up sewer. That one works well for Valorant, who's been a bit of a slow starter,
yeah.
but he's getting there now. You're starting to see some of that potential once again highlighted with this young man.
Perfect now finds himself in a 1v5. Call it that, Valorant barely breathing. Still, have to find a couple of freebies here if he has any chance of having to say. The damage will be a bonus, sure, but it'll just be a tag. Nothing to find on the other side of that.
Felt he could have done a bit more with it, if I'm honest. I'd like to see him maybe play it out a bit. Yeah, he was just kind of felt like he wanted to get involved so early on. Again, this was only about a minute, so had time to be trying to work that.
Curious to see if Vitality have a plan in place to address this slower burn from Pacific. Again, they were the ones to set the tone early on. His opening 3 or 4 rounds in terms of proactivity. Whether or not that has forced any sort of adjustment on the side of Yampi's calling here on the defensive side.
Okay, do you remember? That's a start again, starting to work well. The thing everyone wants to hear, though, are the comms themselves.
One garage and someone should be C, right? Yes.
C.
Be well down.
Well down.
Be out garage.
Be careful,
Care window.
CT.
Care window, city.
Don't care about C long, please. Take CT.
I'll take
Yeah,
heaven.
good.
I just got I heaven.
Out, right.
Outside.
I'm coming CT. Okay.
Fucking wall, man.
Well, I TP C long, bro, insta.
Okay. I'm just holding myself, okay? They're not planting yet. I'm
Holding CT. Be careful, Yampi on you.
Okay, I'm just holding.
I'm holding.
Yes,
We have drone and rebuild. Just shield David if you can. We drone him and
I'm droning, yeah.
paranoia him if you can.
Take flight.
He's droning right now. Tag, you can try to paranoia him now. I paranoia him.
He's full flashed. Blind.
Nice!
David, good.
Take off. Take the all box
Nice.
side. Nice.
Good that comes stuff.
My bad on the wall there. I want to
All
cross
good.
blood.
Crucial to note, though, again, there's this discussion back and forth, and again, a little bit of frustration shown on the side of Durka. Again, somebody's able to slip back through, but what's key for me is the recovery factor at the end there. Just a chance to take their breath, really methodically work through the issue, which is something that they just never got to a decision last week. There's so many rounds that we saw, it's just like, they haven't made a decision on what to do.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was actually a Sayonara input as well. You know, the dead comms there of he's droning now, he's getting blinded. That input, because Yampi wasn't relaying it in that moment either. So again, it's nice to hear some of those comms coming in that maybe some of that
Thank
structure.
God we got a better listen in this
Yeah,
time.
yeah. That, if it ended how that started, the armchair analysts would be calling for the heads to be taken. But a nice improvement in some areas. And you can see some of those synergies starting to work and some of the frustration still. Again, who'd have thought it? Pro players are also humans. How bizarre. No, wrong. But for Pacific, this is recoverable. The start was good. They made something out of nothing. Couldn't quite stick the landing. A 2v1 loss at the end. Not the end of the world. Still with a buy in hand. E7 looking to test a touch. Contact made through Garage. But that Viper's Pit present on A.
Again, drifting back towards the side that does have good coverage in terms of Sayonara's ult. You see it will cause issues in terms of somebody scaling up past this alarm bot. Again, not much in terms of comfort here towards long for Durka. He's on an awkward angle and somebody can slip straight in and out of that. Oh, he actually does have a little spot behind it.
Oh, look at that ratty little corner.
He's spotted somebody.
Oh! Okay, he gets traded, but that was super ratty on that angle. But what can Sayonara do now? He's got a whole lot of problems, not many solutions. Completely cleared and left so isolated in this. This one's wrapped, surely.
You have to deal with this. Lockdown won't come to effect here. No pressure coming back onto site, so Hunter's Fury will negate that entirely, and it is a 3v4 here for Vitality.
Can they synergize again? Easier said than done trying to play retake on this site, but the paranoia goes in, removes vision close from 7. Quan trying to clear this corner, but the nanos are just being cleared instantly. Looking like maybe a potential double swing there with the site player. Ninja trying to help out 7 if the pressure comes in. Yampy does well there. Could open up for the next layers. Yeah, Profek going to make the most of it, but the numbers still sit so favorably, and I think that's going to call it there. CNED and Ninja survive. 5 rounds for Pacific to the 3 of Vitality. And again, for Pacific, they've got to be happy with how this looks.
Definitely. Again, a chance here for them to really tuck into this post plant. Yampy finds a crucial kill. Difficult there. There's 2 players basically tasked with holding down the long position. So for him to even find the first there, certainly makes it doable. Unfortunately, the hold is just too comfortable for Pacific. Disgusting little angle here under the pit.
I'd be tilted.
I mean, luckily the trade comes through so quickly. Dirk is able to potentially play his life a little better here. You can't fault him. He's spammed back on the angle here.
1 enemy remaining.
A beautiful pit though from Sayonara.
Keep saving. Come on, keep saving. You on. It's over.
Oh, you love to hear
expect
it.
them to try and get in their heads today for sure.
Oh yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Dirk is still trying, still going, digging deeper here, going to be toyed with on the angle, pushed off C long, can't land the shot, no assistance, no help. This time, no Sayonara now, the last line of defense on this C site. Support coming in from Chronicle, but again, that's only a bucky. What are you meant to do if you're him? You are overwhelmed, you are buried, your support's gone, and it's all on you now. Pacific have what could be the front side of site. What a shot! Still does damage on the way down, but Yampy and Profek managed to make it doable before, but this time it looks like the walls are in place. Oh,
Is that double connection?
I think it is. I think he got a tag on
enemy.
CNED.
He's got both!
What a hero! Yampy on this side of the map. There's something to it, but Ninja still alive. Gonna go for the out drone. Still got timing on it and gets the tag. Yampy. Ninja don't need to fight this. He can play the time now. A little bit of a tag coming back. Yampy just out of sorts on that. Had to be forced forward, but Ninja, where the buck stops with a Red Bull clutch.
Ninja looking very comfortable today.
Yeah, he looked
in terms of his
calm in that.
individual impact and in that clutch earlier towards A versus Chronicle. This is just a massive amount of damage to do.
He's done
Basically
really well.
posted blind here. Valorant banking on the fact that he's going to try and catch CNED with the second, but it's this reposition here from Ninja that catches the first for free. And again.
Oh, they're getting up, man.
Yep. Rightfully so.
Oh, you
Again,
know that Vitality with the walk-in wounded here. Everything's going to feel twice as heavy.
Another timeout called here by Pal.
In actually really pressure games at points as well. Trying to get better the deeper he gets into it. Obviously, sitting at 0-4, sadly, it may not make much of a difference overall, but for Vitality, as you said, it is that conversation around it, the reputation attached to it. And no one likes to lose.
Yeah, Chronicle takes a ton of damage here initially, forced out of Garage. CNED as well took a tag from someone, not sure where that came from, probably Durka. Now, conscious that Durka's maybe going to play into this space a little further. Spike not committed just yet, Pacific looking to control the early round once more, something Vitality have at least struggled to really contest.
Man, but so much freedom towards B just feels like there's a stack
Given the
somewhere.
lay of the land, yeah.
They should be able to get a really good read into this, just because off the back of the space gathered instantly by Valorant there. Straight up towards B, but again, you look at the utility, they can now exec towards A if they fancy it. They've got the back line now covered. Yes, they'd have to get past Durka, and he's back. And not the shot he wanted, falls. That's 7 opening up the case. They know Yampy's
Bit
there.
of misinformation there. Again, not noticing somebody being posted up so close. Durka thought he had a chance to really capitalize on the
30
situation.
seconds left.
Yampy going to be under a ton of pressure. Will be revealed here. I don't think Pacific have any intention of slowing down at this point. Cena nearly gets onto that, but Yampy finds the kill.
Gonna need more than that though, and Yampy's still trying.
Down A.
Does a bit of damage, but not enough to really
remaining.
change the outcome. 12 seconds left, the plant should be in
10
Quan.
seconds left.
Yeah, Smoke's going to block his vision here.
Spike planted.
It won't be noted at least.
And the safe plant as well. I really like that. Yeah, they're so heads up. Pacific, full control, Mike. They are putting on a clinic here today. It looked dangerous at the start. We've seen, I guess, more notable teams struggle dealing with this man when he starts getting aggressive and active, but it's a rare miss, but it is a bad miss.
That's a bad miss. Turkey usually so good for them. What do we always say, that the hardest people to kill are the ones not looking at you?
Yes,
That's
100%.
always the case.
Something
At
happens,
least that's my
man.
cope.
That's
Me
yours.
and Durka, we're just alike.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Just like me, for real.
You've seen the clips.
We've all seen the clips. Durka again, this time a new challenge and a new test because Pacific coming this way. Drone could be disrespected.
Tons of info.
He's
And
wanting
spots
to
at least
stand.
3 here, but do they know it's all 5?
We've got Sayonara coming over. What have they got to force this man off? Here comes the util, there goes the first. Stun comes in, wall goes up, he slips back further towards site. Not too much chip on the way out, so still lethal. And that's a lovely position from 7.
Yeah, over the top of bricks here. We'll find the kill onto Durka, trading that out very quickly. Valorant now inserted. Yampi,
All
Sayonara
the
on the
timing.
clearance.
He could be reading this to perfection. All about patience and discipline. And while Pacific look for other options, he is tasked with
Are
potentially
they on
holding
an
them
angle they
back.
can see ramp? Because if well, now, unfortunately, Wall going to have an impact in this situation.
Oh.
Doesn't get cleared. Good trade from Sayonara though.
Yeah, he's done really well there and
30
gets out with his
seconds
life.
left.
And it shows that they still wanted to maybe finish A. If you're seeing that sort of layered progress, if there's
Hang on,
maybe
though.
a tension.
Look at the space Cupid has to play into.
Is Sayonara watching this though? I think he's heads up about there's a chance someone slipped B. Yeah, they are. The Profec, unaccounted
Spike down
for,
A.
drops 2, and it's just Cupid, and there was
10
awareness, but
seconds left.
Quad's running knife out. I mean, you're not going to win the round at that point, but I don't know if we needed to run in like that, but still, round 1 for Vitality, and I guess for them at this point, by any means necessary.
At least get the 4th on the board.
Last round
I
before
think
the
as well,
switch.
just picking up the operator if I didn't know there. So
See
maybe,
it with Kron.
I mean, Chronicle's got it in hand now. Sure, it's going to be going back to
Dropped over,
Durka. Durka has to play with some of these off angles as well early on.
Oh,
Even here, I don't think Durka maybe noting where those shots were coming from. A chance maybe that he was exposed over the top of default.
Last player standing. Spike.
Again, will still be healthy in terms of the buyback in here. Going to have Profec and Durka ultimates to invest on the other side. We have 3 at Pacific's disposal. You can see the first popped here, and Durka to remove 7 immediately.
he's doing work, man. Like, the Fnatic Glaze accusations will never evade me, but this man is still getting entries. He's still posting up incredibly well, but Valorant might have found a gap. Now, Sayonara's awareness has been on the money, but gets outdone. Absolute gunning from Valorant, and that slices off any of the cavalry coming in to try and help this A
Issue
side.
being Profec's close enough to hear multiple steps here ahead of time, and Chronicle will find Valorant. So buys a bit of time ahead of the spike being planted here to regroup.
Last time around, Pacific were great at clearing quad, but they haven't dug deep enough to find Profec. He's still around, and he's still shooting back. Another third not to be. It's Cupid to keep it together, and he's going for a bit of a mad one. Trying to toy with him
Faked
here.
it out.
Oh my god, you lucky boy. Durka path, not far off this, but again, you're right. Perfect fake there.
Let's have a smoke to work with. I don't know where that nano's for, but up in the rafters. People will get a clean plant. Okay, now what's trying to fake out the TP here as if he's repositioned into heaven. Durka and Chronicle. An old dynamic duo here, tasked with finding number 5 for Vitality.
He wants to try and get one for free, but they are now shoulder to shoulder. But are they prepared for it? Sacrificial on the first. Goes in, couldn't connect towards Kron fast enough. And Vitality will recover what's necessary here.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with how some of these rounds felt to get 5 up. Again, it's not the situation you want to be in. Heading out of this first half of Vitality, great performance from Pacific so far here though, Laura.
Yeah, in my mind, leading the way in this series, liking what they're bringing and numerically leading as well. Not exactly a great call from me there, but we'll leave it at that one. At 7-5, Pacific in the lead, but we get to hear from Vitality.
I think from the old
It could have been a team's funeral today.
Show up to a funeral.
Well, look at the group standings, Michael.
Yes.
It's not been a great day of
No.
showings.
No.
But you know what? I'm enjoying the game so far.
Yeah? I mean,
I actually like Pacific. I like what they've been doing. Vitality is just maybe morbid curiosity at times. CNED.
they're lucky
close,
not to find that one, yeah. But look towards Cooper, because he's going to have issues if he's spotted. That will draw the rotation here, and Vitality looking to lean on this the other way. And Sayonara will pick up the space towards lobby. Again, a chance to really catch Pacific in transition outside B here. You can already see CNED and 7 tag down to sub 50. So Chronicle can do work here. It's the first remove, the second to follow as well. Chronicle making this Sheriff work in the pistol.
Yeah, he's done really well here.
Now two very squishy opponents
Player
to clean up.
CNED thought he might have been on for a winner there, but this could be 4 for Kron. It is. Nice little finish there with a flourish for the in-zone flawless.
Pistol posted here. In a couple of situations maybe Pacific could have been a little more cautious about. Again, the fact that somebody's able to get up onto this angle so quickly onto Cooper. It relies a lot on him not just surviving, but potentially finding 2 kills here. A confidence builder for Chronicle for sure. Much slower first half for him, but there's been many of them so far here this year in EMEA. Now looking to take the space towards A-Long. And Pacific playing off the back of the barrier drop towards B, expecting maybe a pop here. Did have an opportunity to get back onto site very quickly though, and it will be 4 strong on A. But unfortunately, as we can see on the minimap, Vitality are actually headed the right direction here towards Valorant. Drone potentially going to cause some issues for him. And Sayonara to plant the seed of doubt. That doesn't even matter, he's fallen here. And only a pistol in hand. The rifles elsewhere should be able to bully their way past Valorant.
Should.
Only a classic.
Only a classic.
Only a classic.
Glocks. Only a classic. It's fine. Nothing's ever gone wrong like this. Oh, not a vital wall. That's all right. Dirk survived that time. We're good.
Well, he liked the wall that time.
That time.
No
comms check here.
No. Vitality going to be able to comfortably reset. They have a ton of bodies on the other side of this, so Chronicle still Sheriff in hand. Can he make it work once more? That's on the first, the second as well. Just on a farming expedition. There's Durka to clean it up here. 7 apiece, 4 left standing for Vitality. A good early half cushion for them to potentially leapfrog forwards.
Thanks for
Smiling,
the replay.
why smiling?
No, it was just the replay. I was waiting. Of course, it's just like the wall perspective. But all good. Eco Cobra rounds. We're loving it.
Bro, wait. I did more frags in these 2 rounds than for the whole half.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the first one was a confidence builder after slow
The
up. Now,
second.
why are you buying a rifle? Stick to it. I mean, if it's working, if it's working.
That's really toxic
No,
from
it's
you,
not.
man.
I'm just being
That's
honest. He said it.
Okay, honesty without kindness is just cruelty, all right? So my therapist tells me. So you need to be nice. Let's see how Kron does with a rifle. Imagine he gets absolutely... Shh. I'm going to keep a tally. I'm going to keep a tally of when Chronicle has rifle, how many kills.
We'll get a toasty.
I don't know why I'm doing it manually. Writing. Ugh.
Speaking of, Chronicle here. Now in a position to maybe get a feel for some of the rotations. At least now know to remove utility on B, maybe force an adjustment on the side of Pacific. But with 2 posted pretty deep on A long, might not force a rotation here.
Ninja could be in
Walked into the stun
trouble.
here.
Yeah.
That one's not cosmetic. Durka capitalizes. Yampi doubles down.
Yeah, lovely little 1-2 punch there. Again, for Ninja and CNED, it felt like it was just going to be broken off the utility. Kron.
Well, did he spot him? I think he did,
They've
yeah.
been in a fight the whole time, by the way. Like, these two have just been kind of awkwardly looking at each other. But no Sheriff, no shot. So
30 seconds left.
no worries in that front. It's 7. No, I guess there's still utility here. So by all rights, Vitality should be good. Right?
Should be.
Yeah.
I mean, Cupid's looking as if he's
He's already out of the
his
round.
hands off keyboard.
He's already chilling. We're good.
Spike
Everything's
planted.
fine. Didn't get a kill though, did you, Kron? So
Let's get a rifle impact, Scott. The same we do for the operator.
I don't know what impact means though.
Wow.
What? Help
The stats
me.
won't lie. I'm
No,
telling
okay,
you.
but what do they mean, Michael?
Sheriff impact, Scott. What are the numbers?
Last player standing.
I've been saying it with full confidence. I have no clue. Like, if you could tell me, that'd be great. I like it. Just don't know what it means.
We've missed an email somewhere.
We've probably missed a few. Let's be honest. Not on top of the admin here. Cupid. Yeah, as I said, hand was off keyboard before the spike even went down. So for Vitality, a slow and steady march. It's just going to be those waiting and watching with Vitality sort of situations in my mind. I don't think they're in a spot of bother yet. I don't think we've seen Pacific really get a grip on the game yet either.
Yeah, I would probably say with the first round, you're still kind of waiting with bated breath.
Yeah.
But certainly a bonus conversion here, it being an in-zone flawless on top of that.
Enemy remaining.
Certainly what you want to see for them to get back,
No, he's not happy.
back to business.
Oh. Glitch
We're
pop.
taking, stray shots at CNED there on camera. Is that a free throw? No, it's still moving. That's just a replay of CNED. Okay.
Head in
Pacific
hands.
to call a timeout here.
Oh, you lost on long, man. It's not that bad.
Those first 2 rounds we had a Sheriff.
Right, okay. So it starts at 100, and we've gone back to. All right. So by potentially this round,
That's a
we'll
good
see how it
percentage,
goes.
though. That's a
Okay,
good
yeah,
number.
Yeah, it was a big
Really
number.
good number.
We do have another treat for you guys playing along at home, which will be Vitality's comms. Everyone loves it. You're welcome.
Guys,
David, smoke tunnel.
maybe a fake. I smoke. Gun on C.
In front of green. Yes, gun on C.
Yeah.
Gun on C, guys. You can work somewhere else.
Go back. They want to take
I'm
this.
probably
Guys,
more
actually,
rocket gun.
yeah. Stefan, come towards C. Come towards C. I don't want to give this gun to them. Yeah, we need to test C again. We need to get rid of this trophy.
Coming.
Yeah. He's still close right. He wants to take the gun. Oh,
They took it.
Yeah. I'm gonna drone now to see. Just wait for me. Yeah. Close left clear. They have no more interceptor.
Okay,
Go back. Nice. No smokes. They have no smokes, guys. Go back to reclear A. With bodies, okay? Because the gun was. They have no guns on A. Just watch out, Bucky close A, okay?
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
So let's just peek deep.
I'm
from
peeking.
deep. Yeah, let's just peek
keep
from deep.
peeking.
I'm gonna reveal close though.
Careful,
I reveal
close
close.
left. Wait, clear
And
close
if you
left.
spot, I will paranoia. Nothing. Do you want to finish?
Go
on
B,
A?
guys. Go B.
30
Yes, good.
seconds left.
Okay.
David, take bomb. Do you have TPs?
Just one. I will
Okay.
TP on top. You plant.
Drop the wall,
Okay.
please.
And I will
Dropping
paranoia.
wall.
We need it.
They have 20 seconds, guys. We need to take full side. David,
I'm
smoke
gonna
in.
molly ceiling.
Yeah, we
I'm
take full
smoking,
side.
guys.
We take full side. 3,
I'm on the
2, 1.
I paranoia.
Planting.
10
You
seconds
cannot
left.
flank anywhere from
Yeah.
us. After,
playing.
guys, smoke, just fight A-Link.
Yes, I'm
With me
playing
on
side.
side.
Yeah, play full side.
I cannot break the recon voice.
Out.
All right, committing towards site, trying to fight towards the link. Yampy leading by example. Took him to the B site and might have just taken them around. CNED, irrelevant to outcome. What an end for Yampy.
Beautiful stuff from Yampy here. Just an insane pick up of 3 kills so quickly. The second and third are outrageous from him. Again, you hear them getting a little frantic in terms of the comms, but Yampy able to actually take the reins once more in a situation that kind of echoes back to what we saw on Breeze and another listening. What's he gonna hit? I mean, we're hammering that home this week with the listen-ins on Vitality. But,
It's what the people want.
absolutely, yeah, because it's great insight to see. Again,
Scanning ahead.
a way to really troubleshoot some of the issues they had last week. Much more decisive there in a late round hit towards B. Pacific now back on rifles and need to make a stand now. It's Vitality knocking on the door of double digits. CNED. Operator in hand. It's only a turret to find here. A small win. At least here will force Vitality to make some sort of response.
Paranoia goes towards Garage. It's Cupid, who's maybe trying to play an Alamante, who's disrespected the smoke, but what was the end goal to that? A one and done is the best you're going to get.
And maybe the information on the back of that, you can see Ninja already making moves back towards A-Link. Again, it's going to be difficult for him to really find value from this position with Chronicle once more lurking outside B. And have to go forward, and they've got some util to overcome here.
30 seconds left.
It's going to be an early indicator for Pacific, and CNED still there with the scope in hand. We'll find a double here. The headshot to Yampi, Kalat onto Durka. It's just two left, Chronicle and Sayonara, and only 15 seconds. This one is all but done.
Toxin screen down. 10
Yeah.
seconds left.
I mean, you can get the plant here. Nobody from Pacific is repositioned.
Okay. You're going for it. Fair enough. I thought it was going to be a save.
One more kill on a lockdown. That could be an absolute death sentence on B side.
Cupid.
One enemy
That's
remaining.
devastating for Kron, just drifting into it, maybe hoping to catch someone there. So now Sayonara overwhelmed. All right, Pacific, you're back in the game. It's 8 rounds. It took CNED getting that operator out. Initially found nothing in middle, but that reposition towards A, catching them slowly creeping up long.
I mean, thank God he found Chronicle, though, because if he gets that kill, he can slip back into Garage. Like I said, put a very problematic lockdown for the B site retake. CNED takes the initiative here on the back of that util being dealt with. A good cleanup here from Pacific.
Clear your corners, hello.
You can't help but love him, honestly. It's like, even with what we've seen from Pacific, they have certainly made a case for themselves being some of the most charismatic. Ultimate's available here for Vitality. On the other side, it's just CNED for Pacific. Again, that Hunter's Fury and lockdown could be very impactful here in terms of an attacking round or potentially a post plant.
You should run.
We invested here to clear out B side. I think Vitality probably identifying that B is a point of exploitation. Profek, though, looking to play spoiler on this alarm box.
Oh my God, the timing. No.
They heard it. They were close enough to hear the smoke.
Okay, you're such a lucky boy. You're so lucky, but now CNED's just slid on
Spike
you.
planted.
Backlines are open, but they've got the plant, but then you look at the extremities, they lost control completely.
Hunter's Fury's gone.
Oh dear, that was a piece of the puzzle, and Durka caught in no man's land. Oh, this is a tilter of a round. Sayonara and Chronicle again, the last two alive, and Ninja looking to apply further pressure. Can they try and keep him off this spike, though? Kron gonna be called on. This is a big round, and he falls. As Sayonara, the last one standing. They want to clear him quick. Valorant gonna get on towards the defuse. This one is Raps again. Messy in the post plant, really, and it felt like already as soon as that lockdown came in, Pacific had a plan in mind.
They had people down the C-long fast enough here where they can capitalize very quickly on this pressure. Or at least the attention being diverted on the side of Vitality. Another round posted here from Pacific. Bear in mind, no timeouts left for Power to check in with the troops here. Both burned up in the first 9 rounds. That first half, so got to rely solely
Right here.
on what's being called in game here.
Right
Ugly from Yampi. Leadership really being tested in terms of problem solving on the fly here.
Ninja might get played in on this. Yeah, he does. And where's the scaling on it, though? The space between was a little bit awkward. Fortunately enough, they do get the trade out, so Ninja does fall. But, okay, so A site's open. And
Look at the flank, though. Alorante
Yampi
should have a good timing here on Yampi.
Completely caught off guard. The backline's being opened twice now. And now just gonna be caught on the site here. Kron, Sayonara, similar scenes, right? We've seen these two in these predicaments. Profek, who's the additional body. What's gonna be the first domino to fall?
CNED's going to have a hell of a task getting out of heaven here with this operator. Double face in, Profek to clean up here. Potentially bail Vitality out. Yeah, Alorante and CNED both calling the cancel here. Again, there was a real concern when Sayonara's disconnected so far off site. It relies somebody to do what Profek did.
That was huge. Again, you look at the previous round, Sayonara and Chronicle were still alive. They were just not finding that impact, which is fine. They were really hard scenarios. Profek that time played outside of expectation, went a little bit further, found two, completely turning the tides of that post plant. Because by this point, I'm a bit concerned that the trade was a little bit late. It was fine in the end, Sayonara's there. But still, it just, again, Yampi drifting through, not expecting that flank in. This is a game-changing moment for me.
Yeah, he wants to position ahead of this turret. It's perfectly understandable, but again, Pacific have been sending players forwards, even in the previous round with the lockdown invested. So Yampi maybe just not. I mean, maybe it's lost in the comms in terms of timings there, of how quickly somebody can be there. And the turret was in a position to hold that flank.
Chron on op as well. That's interesting, but we do have a treat to play the game of compare and contrast. We will be hearing from Pacific this round, and already they're going to be off to a lovely beginning with that sort of pick coming in, and Durka getting punished.
I'm holding you up.
And orb holding. 3 minutes.
I've got.
Omen, Sova, Killjoy. You can take 1v1 on A maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk long, guys.
Okay. I've garage. They're waiting for us to push.
Nothing K.
Here, corners.
You walled up.
Could be short insert, walk and A-link, but fuck it.
They smoke B again.
Dirk smoke B. Memo has it, Memo has it. He put the turret just now.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, chilling mid. 3. You can push.
I'm saving, I'm saving.
Patrick has got maybe got
one CT.
One is spawn, full holding.
I bet you one.
Okay. Game the game, boys. All good. Don't stress. Is there fucking map pick, bro? We're acting like we have to fucking win this map. Relax. I don't give a fuck if we lose.
They insta-spam garage.
Yeah, we're gonna win anyway.
They insta-spam garage. Can we do anything against it?
No.
Like I said, you can't help but love some of these guys, man.
I love it, man.
Again, Cuba, I'm going to be honest, keeping it pretty real. It's like, it's that map pick, guys, like, we're making them sweat. Like,
But
we're
that's
winning.
what I want to hear.
We're winning,
I
man.
love that. I love hearing that. Again, and that's got to be reassuring. And if you aren't familiar, a lot of those voices you heard, it was actually Valorant having impact as well, and actually having quite a large influence on the conversation. I think it was CNED's name under it, but I'm sure you guys know who CNED is by now. Don't need to tell you that. But still, it's more that I think you're right. It is a really good mental check-in. You could hear how frantic for Vitality the comms were.
Dude,
and in comparison,
how easy would it be to look at a team that's sitting at 0-4 and them just be disheveled and just
really just dreary.
They still know what I guess the shorter term objectives for them is actually just, hey, if we're going to test teams, and we've already shown that we can test teams, we can take some right to the brink of defeat. Here, unfortunately, versus Vitality, it's a similar sort of objective, right? It's like, we know where they're at internally. If we can get a bit of a mental win in some of these rounds, it's certainly going to favour Pacific more so.
I would love a mousepad check on Yampi. I do wonder if he is still on the sales team over to us. We did the promo you asked for, but we focused back on the game.
I can mark it.
Focused back on the game. Chron still on that operator. It's really, I don't know.
Well, I mean, CNED killed CNED.
Yeah, like, ooh. Jesus, take the wheel, I guess. Chron again going to be... I mean, there was an opportunity on towards 7, and that shot didn't feel too far away.
Able to TP back out, though. Vitality still unscathed. Going to potentially find another spam through these doors. On the other side of the EC, Cupid's going to be in a position to hear all this, but it's only really Alorante to hold down the fort. Does have a pit. Again, not invested here at the start of the round, so we can't really reinforce this initial hold. I think already poised to give this up for a retake. Progress made down A long.
Yeah.
Again, it's very early on in the round where Vitality haven't made it to a site yet. Yeah, I'm not talking about the clock, but in terms of actually what we're seeing on the minimap, this is great early progress by Pacific.
Oh, they've made all the right moves. As you said, as you noted, look at Alorante's position deep towards that CT side on C. They already knew they were going to give this side up when they've got that great progress towards A. Now, whether or not they still get the round, well, that's yet to be seen.
When does the turret drop? Yeah, just dropping now.
Spike planted.
Chronicle all the way up on site here.
It's going to be Durka with a great test. Passes with flying colours, clearing Ninja, and going to now note there's more coming. But the paranoia comes in, he's burned some of that retake utility. Prophet then going to be rewarded. Takes away another. Vitality looking on the same page finally.
That was their best.
Really good cleanup.
Not impressed.
Looks very comfortable. Vitality to play into this space. Certainly a lot of threat here from Pacific making moves. Again, 7 just has to get away from the turret, just chipping away, expecting a swing, hoping to get one. Unfortunately here, Prophet again. 2 crucial kills In terms of Vitality posting number 12. Get themselves up to map point here.
There. Let's
Pacific still fairly comfortable. Oh, well, other than maybe missing a shield for CNED and a rifle for Cupid, but outside of that, the best of a bad situation in terms of the finances.
Here's the challenge. Ah, it looked like he was just off. That was there for him. Seen
Almost missing a reaction there.
I don't know if he went mini-map in that moment or what happened, but it's all fallen to pieces, really. Seven trying to be disruptive, but again, Quan's just kind of patrolling these back lines, and now it's becoming readable from Pacific.
Vitality haven't scaled up just yet, conscious that there's going to be a second wave to this. Still, it's Ninja and Cupid to hold down the A site. There's still some tools to invest here, a TP and a pit for Sayonara. I think they're almost waiting for another kill here before, I won't say rolling the dice, but certainly taking a risk here and sending 3 forwards.
Okay.
But needs the first at least here.
Good luck, stunned up. I guess the Guardian can still pack a punch, right? But
30 seconds left.
hard to make work in a late round pivot back towards B, but I'm still keeping my eyes on Valorant potentially here. Could he find a pathway in? There is utility. There it is. Okay, spun on a dime. Durka turns around and it's all covered here. Got a little concerned that they might have overcooked this one, but actually it's been kept well in check. Cupid.
Don't get in my way.
Well, there's the nail in the coffin, potentially for Cupid. On a Guardian, it's Profek to hold down this angle and to find number 13 in flawless fashion here for Vitality.
And it felt like a necessary map win there for them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Vitality haven't played this a great deal, Mike. They're storied on this. They're all history here. And, I mean, they also got a close game against Fnatic on this.
Yeah, I mean, also talk about what's been going on for Vitality the last few weeks, how much in terms of preparation here. There's plenty of tape, sure, for Pacific, but what's going to be the focus there for Vitality leading into this series? Obviously, a Pacific's side of things. I see it looking much better versus Eternal Fire. CNED having a better overall performance. Shaky map one for him once more, though. Vitality here as 5. Going to play off this reveal, and Durka to find both openers after CNED shuts down Sayonara.
Felt a little fortunate in that because they looked prepared, and that fortune starts to fade as Alorante's made it over here in time. Leaving it down to a 2v2. Durka trying to get active, though. Doesn't hear the steps yet. So I guess the shift coming in the matter of time for Cupid.
He's just turned.
There's the penny dropping. Takes a pause. Waits for any follow-up.
Enemy remaining.
All good. Got him. So now Alorante last noted towards ramp. Probably where they're going to train their eyes to. The double swing, I can imagine, on the mind of Vitality. As they slowly clear back through. And Alorante can't be subtle about this anymore. He needs a kill. Ooh.
Not the first there on
Bloody
Durka.
hell.
Yampi to clean up. A pistol to be posted, a laugh from Durka there, and almost a sigh of relief from Yampi. To close this one out. Beautiful opening kills here from Durka. It's Alorante to trim the fat a little bit.
Last player standing.
It's unfortunate for Alorante. Like I said, the spacing really good between Durka and Yampi. What's a Durkee there?
What is their ship name?
Yes. I've just thought of the other one and I can't say it on air.
Well,
it was the other way around. I'll write it down and pass it to you.
I feel like you could maybe toy with that, but let's see. We've got classics. I'll read what you write, and we'll see where we go from that point onwards. It is just a walk down middle. Classics all aboard. Yampi trying to flee the scene of that frenzy work. And let's Durka dip in. Gonna find CNED. And yeah, by all rights. I think you could say it.
I don't think I can.
I think you can. Say it.
No.
Well. I think you really...
Ooh, 7th chance there to change the subject. And
the worst thing is, these genuinely could be the rounds where someone goes nuts because it's always happened to us.
Yep. It's just another clip in the making.
Yes. mine towards Lover's Rock. Well, so many recently.
Spike planted.
I can't
An
handle it.
abundance of spoonerisms. Perfect to find Alorante here. Just 3 remaining for Pacific. Oh, Chronicle though, caught, tagged and slowed here, trying to get off the angle.
Help me, Durka.
Last player standing.
I think you're safe. I think you're safe. Say it.
Cooper. Cleaned up here. I need to delete that from my thoughts. In zone flawless. Vitality, round 2.
Yeah.
Good start.
Yep. No, I was just reading chat, just catching up for a second. Someone called you a coward.
Yes, I am.
And accused me of limit testing, which
One enemy remains.
Good stuff, chat. Sometimes you're quite funny.
Has anybody figured it out yet? I need to know if anyone's figured it out.
Chat spam it, and I'll see if you got it right. I'm pretty
What
sure
did I
they
say
will.
the first time?
I'm not going to bail you out of it. If you want to send it and see if it's what you wrote down, we'll see. This one, though, does matter, right? We're into the more interesting rounds here with a little bit of punch still on the Vitality side. 2 rounds to the good, and a site somewhat taken. God,
Clean
Durka.
take. Durka running away with this space now. Going to be able to get right behind Heaven already. Luckily, Pacific looking to
Yeah, they all got it.
posture forwards. They all got it.
Yep.
Good. Very good. Chronicle now. Scope trying to hold down the fort. Again, this wrap coming through. Nobody from Pacific back through CT here already. Means there's going to be a problem here. CNET finds both, though. Can't get the third. Chronicle able to shut him down.
I thought he was on for that third, and that would have been absolutely wild. But it's getting back on after that. They've suddenly looked a little more interested in things, but can they clear Chron in time? As that spike is ticking. And Cupid waiting, a shot in the dark with a reward. But time now, the biggest element to this. And Yampi has sewn it up.
Bonus converted once more for Vitality. Pacific trailing by 3 here. And the investment going to come into question on the side of Pacific, but I'm already seeing some upgrades in the form of a Bucky and a couple of Sheriffs. Beautiful kills from Cena. Unfortunately, just can't find this one quick enough. We've got Crom down to 6 HP. The kills here from Cupid, though. See, close enough here where the near side doesn't really matter too much.
There.
It will just be the 2 upgraded pistols here, but Cned with a Bucky. It's over towards A. We'll be testing the discipline here on Vitality. They do head his way, but it might just be Chronicle, if anyone.
What?
I didn't hear the rhythm because I was talking. Was he? Was he?
No, I just made it up, actually.
Oh, okay.
I just thought it'd be funny.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Well, it's fine.
Triple stack up towards
Pistol
Heaven
round
here.
again.
Yeah, well.
It's a good one.
Vitality looking way more diligent here. This start 2 split.
Yeah.
Could have their hands full, though. Late star invested here might just indicate that it's a lighter stack here. Paint shell doesn't really land. Cupid tagged down to 27.
Have the spike.
Nice little try for a trap there. Don't mind it. Got to give something a go if you're going to be in these sort of rounds. Didn't really get what they wanted,
Cena
however.
get behind Quan. Well, I think Quan should spot him here. And oh, I know he scoped in.
And
well, still found
made
him.
noise, yeah. So, by all rights, this is good stuff from Vitality. We'll be happy enough as long as Cupid doesn't pull off miracles. Cupid. Could you imagine?
I mean,
with
12 seconds left.
Oh.
10 seconds left.
Oh. What's going on? What's going on? What is it?
No, you can't.
In zone flawless.
Of course it is.
Of
Number 4.
course it
I
is.
was hoping Cupid was going to be in a position there, but
Man, I saw a world, right?
a chance to maybe shut down the plant, but plenty of bodies to reinforce that.
Cloak of invisibility, just in full usage.
Cupid not very happy with that fumble.
No, that's for VOD review.
Cned on an operator now, though. Just one-off ultimate for him, I guess, actually. His ult cycle had to come online for Pacific, but it's been fairly brutal. We'll have to take a listen in here with Vitality.
Guys, they Astra sees A. They are close A.
I'm holding, that's my angle.
I'm coming to you as well, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
Listen.
So just orb up and I will prowl out close.
Okay, that's good.
Kima, can you orb up?
Yes.
I will smoke vents, bro.
Bring them down.
I smoke
It's
vents.
2 mid. Yeah, it's 1 vents, 1 male.
I TP on the box.
Good pay.
I have to drop door, boys.
Yeah. Drop the orb.
I just keep
holding.
walking.
Yeah,
I'm checking the
prowler.
box.
Taking top
I'm
mail.
holding mail.
I'm holding top mail. Can be on the left side. Can be on the left side.
Very clear B, man.
Yes,
Okay,
let me just slide. Let me just slide. Wait.
Yes, I will
Up,
go.
up, up. 3.
One.
2B. It's even better, guys. Can we
I don't
speed
have
up?
B,
Wait,
man. I don't have B,
wait.
man.
David, smoke the cross.
I
Yeah,
am
yeah, freeze.
smoking.
Guys, freeze.
we
Slow
have
the
freeze.
round down. Okay, they have no utility right now. They used Prowler.
He's
Open
rafters.
B, man. Guys, I can paranoia you.
Wait, guys. We just execute with my ulti and their case ulti. I will ulti close default and rafters.
Good, good.
Nice.
Get more, get more.
Yes.
I don't see
Nothing.
rafters.
Okay.
Careful, B main knock. Careful, B main knock.
1.
Face your fear.
One side and 1 CT.
30 seconds
Side.
left.
Nice. Yeah. Derke, watch out. Close CT.
He's CT. Dead.
Nice, Derke.
4v2. Viper was on middle.
Planting for heaven.
Don't see
5v2.
heaven.
Yep.
CT.
Nice,
dead.
boys. Nice.
Enemy
Race.
remaining.
Derke, go for second ace of the day, please.
Yeah. Ah, was.
Oh, nice try.
But he's baiting on race.
Cool.
Maybe he is just like you for real.
maybe
That's
he is.
crazy.
I
That's
was like, why is he baiting?
Seven's just desperate to save a gun. He's like, God, baiting.
Why is he baiting Cupid?
Gotta say though, Yampy feels like he's having to micromanage a lot here.
Yeah, well,
Like,
I'd say he's
and it's
probably
probably
a lot.
fix, I get, but it feels like he's having to be really active in this.
I mean, yeah, I would counter that with saying it, that it would need, with what we've seen previously, him to have a little more authority about what he's saying. I think this is a crucial example in terms of
Yep.
something previously it maybe felt a little chaotic for Vitality to make some of these, not the mid-round decisions, but pivoting into that sort of execution.
Yep.
And here it's, again, great insight. I'm hopeful we get a couple more as well throughout
no.
the rest of the day, regardless of how long we're here, but will be a Pacific timeout called here.
And just on that note, before we kind of flip the script and talk about Pacific in this.
We're sadistic, but that's what I would have wanted to see from this series, is actually Pacific test somebody once more. And again, it allows us to probably scrutinize Vitality a little better, where this is a series you come in and you just think, look, guys, like, you don't 2-0 this, it's still going to look bad.
Yeah, well, luckily we don't need any more sadistic casters, so I'm happy with you just the way you are. Coming back into this, we have to see what Pacific can actually do, though. Fashioning some sort of purchase together, the judge is out. We've got a couple of ults to play with, but they've been just behind the curve the entire time.
I'm out of here.
CNED, judge in hand.
Toxins going up.
No commitment of the spike just yet, so this is a probe sent out between Yampy and Chronicle. That one's Crumpy, if you're wondering. 7. Here to try and hold down the 4. Satchel sent forwards, a chance to find the first, and Yampy will fall. That's it, Chronicle, though. We'll find CNED on the adjustment here. Judge shut down.
Yeah, and they feel weakness on this side, Quan ahead of the curve, and they explore it further. Brilliant catch from Vitality. Just understanding every aspect of what they wanted. Starting to see those stars aligning, and when this works for Vitality, it looks good. And I know that I'm sat here wishing I saw the best of 7 like we saw at some of the starting games. Loved what he did, get Ninja off those starting blocks. It's been quiet so far, and then really in these rounds, there's not been much resistance.
Valorant now will look for damage, but again, with the cushion of a 5-0 scoreline, it's not going to matter too much. Grand scheme of things. One off the pit, so sure, if you can find a kill, but with what's left in the kitty here for Pacific, it's not going to be a purchase here. I mean, 7 does have a showstopper as well, so
yeah,
a chance to make a go of things in round 7 for sure, but not much in the form of positives here for Pacific to really get behind.
No, that was after a timeout. You know,
Yeah, I mean, this
is
is the switch up here, and unfortunately, like I said, Vitality don't commit the spikes. They're so well equipped to deal with whatever whatever goes on, something like that.
Judge
Not
giveth,
what you want to see. The judge giveth and taketh.
It took today. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, they got to get started, or this is just going to be a lockout, really, isn't it? Let's be real. They have a lot of tools to do it. Ults in hand. Show me something here.
I think as well, Vitality leading into this now, that Pacific are going to be desperate to take the initiative at the start of these rounds. Again, Spike not committed. It's still in hand if maybe Profek and Chronicle can find a miracle. The other side of this, again, it's 3 members this time for Pacific. And a switch up here in terms of the early round, it will be the Prowler. Now, they're probably reading into this just being the 1 member being Chronicle, but
Good trade.
to show Profek there, they're still going to hunt for Chronicle now.
Yeah, they're trying to be heads up. Kron on the passive corner. Going to give away a little bit of the game, but going to force them further back. But still, 1-for-1 trade out.
Valorant a chance here, maybe off the footsteps to close this off with a pit, but he's a little too far away from this now and down to 36 HP.
They look paranoid about Heaven and
Yeah.
everything else. I don't know where they think the gaps come from. Maybe vents at
Well,
some
I'm not sure,
point,
yeah,
but
Vecina was over towards Mail, but that would have been bold if somebody had slipped through.
It would have been god timing, but paranoia at an all-time high. This is going to be incredibly hard for Pacific, though they are in the right place.
30 seconds left.
This is a decent deal of silver lining, but no one able to deny that the plant's going to go down.
No.
Dropping spike.
Obviously, the spike being passed across the Sayonara here will give him the showstopper. Still have the paint shell as well. Alorante, 36 HP now to challenge Chronicle, and he won't win out.
No, Kron able to kind of shift up with the rest of the side, taking very little to no damage. This time, no shot to the back of the brain will do it. Almost an overkill there from the
Trying to make
showstopper.
sure Ninja was down.
Yeah, Cupid and CNED, Judge and a Guardian. CNED, is it going to work better for you, perhaps, this time?
Well, they are both
Yeah?
pretty close by an elbow.
Last player
No.
standing.
No, it's not.
Well, Cupid, you can put on a bit of a frag movie if you manage to get the last one. You still have a little bit of time, but Sayonara gonna have to keep his composure here. He's off the spike. You don't need to go too wild, but he's gonna get the job done. Vitality keep a clean slate here. 7-0, and it feels like we've never said those words.
No, certainly in control of this one. Profek does well to even shut down the first tier, but well invested, or reinforced, I should say, on the side of Pacific. Unfortunately, it's just not enough.
Nice, Saya.
Toying with the time a little bit here, Pacific. Like I said, that ult cycle looked pretty healthy early on. We're now in round 8. Everything available here to try and make a stand. That's in the home stretch of this first half of Vitality. With the pit to cover mid at the start of the round. Only a Bulldog, so he can still be overwhelmed in there very easily if Vitality want to feed into that. Sayonara will punish here off the set piece from the paint shell. CNED just...
What are you up to?
Bold attempt maybe to just get this one, rip the band-aid off and get this one out of the way, but around where you got a pit, you probably want to slow things down.
Yeah, I don't... I feel like he's lost his head a bit there,
yeah, a
if
little
I'm
bit
honest.
of frustration maybe, but
Unless the smoke
obviously a
happened
set
afterwards.
piece around the paint shell and
Yeah.
trying to get something done. Unfortunately, I'll now put Cupid in a position where he's got a bit of company towards the A site. Alorante has given up the pit in mid now. Just 2 upgraded pistols here to try and make something work, and it's, I was going to say a hero rifle, but it is only a Bulldog.
Yeah.
Cupid will get his hands on a better rifle.
It just feels like we're clutching at straws here. Seems like a very one-sided
Spike
affair
planted.
because it is. Pacific yet to really do much of note that's caught our eye. Finding it hard to pin down Vitality, to win out in some of these fights. And all that bravado and I guess good comms, the momentum, everything from map 1 it'll be out the window by now.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Does feel a little heartbreaking to see maybe Pacific just fizzle out here on split. Something they've obviously put very high in terms of their map pool and their overall approach here to stage 1. Now to Cupid once more, just to hold on to the rifle, and again another one. They're going to come out, unfortunately, at a loss. Vitality number 8 posted here, almost hitting cruise control.
Yeah.
Pacific have to invest some of these ultimates here. We've seen them try to take the initiative. The execution's not landed, but certainly now if you want to make a play of things. Maybe CNED just doesn't think there's many more behind this, but wants to get maybe the element of surprise, challenger scoped weapon.
Yeah. Hope that the horn maybe did a bit more. It just, yeah, as I said, like it just fell kind of to its piece, you know, to pieces. So
Yeah, I mean, Pacific doing the Vitality now. Both timeouts used by
I can't
round
call it
9.
that. You can't.
Just a fizzle here in week 5. Certainly been some more promising performances, but it's definitely not one of them so far. Wofek set up here to post a paranoia. Durka not committing
Didn't
to
like
that.
it.
Yeah, early on. Not sure if that was dependent on anything else happening.
I wonder if they heard that boombot back. I think they were close enough to potentially imagine it's there. And now with the Prowler following, you've got to put together at least 2 players trying to re-clear ramp control. And remember last time they tried to dig deeper on towards Kron, and where's the trade? Durka just
was
left him
thinking about
alone.
going back towards sewers, but he will finally respond onto Ninja. And
Spike a bit closer than
Spike committed. Well, sorry, not committed just yet. Still Yampi guarding the B main push out. CNED on an operator now, but sitting at 3 and 8, he's had a rough first half.
You can't say rough to me like that. The mood I'm in. I haven't heard Yampi bark in so long.
No, when was the last Yampi bark?
Could we get the stat man on the case?
I don't think, has he barked this year?
I don't know if I don't know if the Vitality jersey has removed the dog in him. You know? I'm concerned.
You can do that.
30 seconds left.
I've got to be like Apex. Apex would bark.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's really cool.
But yeah, we've had so many listenings, but it's just...
There's not a bark in audio range. CNED's under scrutiny, to say the least. He's not having a great time. Valorante's trying to keep the rest of the side safe, so at least catch the cross in. CNED, you've got 8 seconds, actually. There's a chance you could make
a stand? Was that where you're going with that?
Yeah.
Of course, it's just Cooper once more, and Profek here to greet him. And Vitality just going through the motions here on split. 9 on the board. Still some ultimates to invest here, but again, scraping together buys on the side of Pacific, just relying on that loss bonus that unfortunately doesn't get any bigger. It's going to be light shields, divide, showstopper, nightfall here. 7, unfortunately, again, we talked about him having an explosive start in EMEA. Just kind of lost that kind of fire we saw in the server a few times, and another example here where he's just unable to have impact. Vitality, the relative amount of freedom early on in these rounds on the attacking side. Our first real posture forward on a buy round, at least for Pacific into B main. Outside of the operator being there, CNED flipped back over towards A.
All right, just going to try and post up towards main, but you can see what they have to deal with. It's systematic at this point. Durka takes away 7. He was trying to keep some of that B main pressure higher, maybe keep a little bit of map space.
Yeah, and while I'm there, being critical, I wouldn't say criticizing 7. In this situation where Vitality are, again, looking a lot cleaner. As a duelist, what can you really do?
No.
It's just handled so comfortably. Advantage created here in terms of the head count as Vitality look to regroup back over towards A. CNED has found one. Chronicle will fall.
Okay, this is the first time we've seen resistance in what could have been...
second player here, though, and he's on a Guardian.
Okay, but come on, CNED. Roll back the years. See if they can get out of this death funnel. Oh. I mean, it's an initial tag and he falls back. Maybe he's trying to play his life, which is probably the fair shout. Does avoid the C's and just misses it for the second time of asking. Late rounds coming out from Vitality, but no further threats to be found on the site itself.
Spike plant.
Chance maybe to do some damage here in the retake, but Sayonara, 20 HP, will find another one. Ninja will fall now. Cooper able to be outside there, but the TP, the misdirection, draws his eyes, leaving just Valorant in a 1v3, and now, unfortunately, in a pretty tricky position here to get onto the initial tap here.
Oh, man. Yeah, completely allowed to play that out. Sayonara, again, that time on the TP. It's nice to see him getting a little bit of freedom to play out a bit, because, again, I question this guy is he living up to the reputation he was given at the start of kind of coming into Tier 1?
I think it's fair to say no.
Yeah,
it's fair to say no. Again, not massively overhyped, but again, everybody kind of, it's brutal, by the way, seeing it from Cooper's perspective.
Rough.
But again, somebody that a lot of people were excited to see.
Yeah.
Certainly here, able to at least stretch his legs a little bit.
It's nice seeing more of him. Like, what can he bring as, you know, a secondary player like this?
Where are you?
So far, ticking the box.
Mark 2.
They're here.
Maybe not too telling in terms of Vitality adjusting early on to put a second player behind Chronicle, but in a round where you can't really do much about it, it's Sheriff's in hand. These ultimates just become almost a lingering thought here for Pacific. Double digits for Vitality. At this point now, I mean, you shift the objective, just avoid being swept here on map 2. In round 11, going to be tough, but you're basically staring down the 12-0 half. Again, you look at what's potentially on the cards for round 12. Durka's ultimate being the one missing, but a pit and a showstopper here. Very influential.
Toxin screen down.
It just feels like there's been no one to give him a spark, Mike. It just feels like there's no individual's been able to make that gap up.
Earlier on, that was kind of people like Seven, honestly.
Yeah. Alorante in there too. A lot of names you could throw into that list, but it's just been quite absent here, flatlining throughout. Right place, but not with the right weapons, and Durka going hunting. Controlling that CT side, draws a lot of the attention. Seven.
Nearly posted that over the top.
He's fancying it. Well, there we go. We've got a kill. It took a lot to get there. Can you get 4 more? Got the rifle. We needed someone to be an instigator. Is it Seven to start this off? Well, we certainly won't follow it, as Vitality have had enough. No more problems, no more threats, as Cupid with a Sheriff has to pull off a 1v3.
And a number of times seeing him last man standing here. This one even harder, really, to justify finding anything. It'll be Vitality up to 11. Brutal
Round in the half.
first round battering here for Pacific.
One enemy
And
remaining.
again, at this point, like I said, you shift the objective now, like, get around, just...
Yep, it would be by crook.
The worst thing for them to be 13-0'd in week 5 here on Split, where they've shown, I mean, arguably the most promise across the map pool for them. Again, not to come back to the same point, it's what they've talked up, it's what they felt most comfortable about.
There.
Yeah, and well, as we run out of things to say, hopefully for Vitality, they have a little more, but it's pacey from the very start.
Good trade.
David, leave B main, come mid. Stefan, let's just try to see Snade in mid.
Pushing B.
Yeah, come mid.
I have
Let's
up.
be.
David, come mid.
Wait.
We still have B, my guys.
Yeah, it's fine, even better. I just need to go 3 mid, okay?
And I have up. I want to search.
Timo, if they don't push you on A, we're just gonna come A
They
split.
have B main now. Oh,
Yeah.
mid.
I'll move you.
I will prowler.
And someone prowler and I pick.
I'm prowlering. Don't smoke anything, David.
think-
I'm holding vent. Chill.
I
I
I
have your
think
vent.
Sai can peek male.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Hold my vent.
I'm holding vent.
Let's say I pick the
Yes,
pixel.
I'm
just wait.
checking.
Don't throw
Find
it.
you.
Fucking don't do anything.
I'm holding now. We're just gonna finish. We're gonna poke B heaven, but
Hold B main push.
He's right side.
He saw you
He
though.
saw me, I think. Yeah.
It's
Fade
even
was
better.
right side. You can
Guys,
peek
let's-
left side.
I need to
prowler.
take
Guys,
back my
comms.
gun.
Just finish, go A split. Just go A split, okay?
Yeah, but I need to take back my gun.
David, you can smoke the cross on. It's Fade. He's the one with the ulti,
Yes,
boys.
he will be really late. David,
Yes.
start going already.
Yeah.
Guys, come vents.
Coming. I'm just full running.
Stars on them and they're preparing for
30
this.
seconds
Yeah,
left.
it's fine. But Fade is towards B, so they have no ulti here.
I stepped.
One
Yes,
roller
yes,
in
yes,
the
yes,
Yeah. Guys,
I
run
don't know
B
yet,
heaven,
side,
run B
guys.
heaven, run B heaven. You have
No,
time,
no
you have
trap.
time. You have time to run B heaven.
Okay.
Just fucking come.
smoking.
Yeah. Just come.
Yeah, no one was on side, boys. Be careful,
I
B
need-
stack now.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, backside.
New box.
New box.
Last
have it.
player standing.
I don't know where Viper is, bro.
Yeah, revealing.
Sound.
Last player
bro.
standing.
That's, I don't know what I've just seen or heard, but it is down to a 1v1. Yampi on 27. Alorante with every opportunity to try as he might. Bloody hell.
Well, they got away with that one. I'm going to be honest. Again, the information was kind of semi-accurate, but the timing's way off here.
That was, I need a break. So, you know, again, before we come back for the second half, let's see how good you lot are at trivia.
Let's see. Last
What
Sorry,
are
the
you
last
gonna
round.
need? What are you gonna need?
Not the last round.
0.26 rounds.
That's fine. Are you on the payroll?
Yeah, just chill, guys.
Just chill,
Let's
got
go to
it.
heaven now. Oh, no, cancel
Go B.
I was waiting for a melons call at some point in the comms.
Don't. Terrifying. And Prophet, though. I mean, it's just compounding CNED's woes here. He's had a shocker of a map, and, well, you're seeing it not get any better, sadly. So, at 12-0, it has to be flawless from Pacific.
Toxins going up.
It's not started that way.
CNED dropped early here. We need a Vitality pistol to seal the deal here on Split. Prophet going forwards actually gets ahead of Ninja, who will punish.
Hey, okay.
That proactivity, that curiosity.
There.
And nobody else holding down the site here, but two players positioned to greet. Maybe somebody slipping into CT. As elsewhere already, Durka making moves. Plant to come through now. Some question marks still in terms of maybe somebody lurking behind us on the side of Pacific.
I'll find you.
Nice little reveal there, but Valorant unable to shut down on the kill, and Sayonara's got things started towards 7. Good follow-up. Starting to look a little bit worrying now as Cupid's considering Durka's approach, but now denied. Durka looks to wait to see if anyone dares challenge on the drop, and it's job done at this point. Vitality in the blink of an eye. Get us out of here.
And again, it's probably the nature that you'd want to see Vitality win a map here. Like I said, it's heartbreaking to see Pacific have this crop up in week 5, but Vitality certainly a sigh of relief and first objective for them in terms of bigger picture here